Once upon a time, in a small village nestled by the edge of a dense forest, there lived a young girl named Elara. Elara was known for her love of flowers and spent every day tending to her garden. Her garden was the most beautiful in the village, filled with colorful blossoms and sweet fragrances that attracted birds and butterflies from far and wide. But there was something special about Elara's garden. Every night, under the light of the full moon, the flowers would glow with a soft, magical light. The villagers often spoke of the enchanted moonlit garden, but no one knew why or how it came to be. Elara herself wondered about the magic, but was simply grateful for the beauty it brought. One evening, as the full moon rose high in the sky, Elara noticed something strange. A single flower in her garden, a silver rose, was wilting, its glow fading with each passing moment. This had never happened before, and Elara's heart sank at the thought of losing one of her beloved flowers. Determined to save the rose, Elara decided to stay up all night and watch over her garden. As the moonlight bathed the garden in its glow, Elara saw a shadow move among the flowers. It was a tiny figure, no taller than a blade of grass, with wings that shimmered like the stars. The figure was a moon fairy, and she was crying softly as she touched the wilting rose. Elara approached the fairy gently and asked, "Why are you crying, little fairy? What has happened to my rose?" The moon fairy looked up with tear-filled eyes and said, "I am Celine, a guardian of the moonlit garden. This rose is connected to the moon's light, and without it, the garden will lose its magic. But the moon's power is fading because of a curse placed upon it by a wicked sorcerer." Elara knelt beside the fairy, her heart filled with compassion. "Is there anything I can do to help?" she asked. Celine looked at Elara with hope. "There is a way to break the curse, but it is dangerous. You must journey to the dark forest where the sorcerer lives, and find the moonstone hidden deep within his lair. Only the moonstone can restore the moon's power and save the garden." Without hesitation, Elara agreed to help. Celine gave her a tiny vial filled with moonlight to guide her through the darkness and warned her to be careful. The dark forest was a place of many dangers, and the sorcerer was known for his tricks and traps. Elara set out on her journey at dawn, with the vial of moonlight glowing faintly around her neck. The path to the dark forest was treacherous, filled with twisted roots and thick fog that made it difficult to see. But Elara was brave, and she pressed on, determined to save her garden. As she ventured deeper into the forest, Elara encountered creatures that tried to stop her, giant spiders, hissing serpents, and shadows that whispered doubts into her mind. But each time, she held the vial close and remembered the beauty of her garden, pushing forward with renewed strength. Finally, Elara reached the sorcerer's lair, a dark and crumbling tower hidden among the tallest trees. The air was thick with magic, and Elara could feel the sorcerer's power all around her. She knew she had to be quick and clever to find the moonstone. Inside the tower, Elara found herself in a room filled with mirrors, each reflecting a different part of the forest. But in one of the mirrors, she saw a faint glow, the moonstone, hidden in a secret chamber. Elara reached out to touch the mirror, and to her surprise, her hand passed through it. On the other side, she found the moonstone resting on a pedestal, its light dimmed by the sorcerer's curse. As she reached for it, the sorcerer appeared, his eyes gleaming with malice. "Foolish girl," he sneered. "Do you think you can break my curse and steal my treasure?" Elara stood her ground and replied, "This is not your treasure. It belongs to the moon and the garden, where it brings life and light. I will not let you keep it." The sorcerer laughed and began to weave a spell, but Elara was quicker. She opened the vial of moonlight and poured it over the moonstone. The stone glowed brightly, filling the chamber with a light so pure that the sorcerer's magic was shattered. With a cry of anger, the sorcerer vanished, leaving only the sound of the wind in his wake. Elara grasped the moonstone and hurried back to her garden, the path now clear and safe. When Elara returned, she placed the moonstone beside the wilting rose. The garden bloomed with a light brighter than ever before, and the silver rose stood tall and radiant once again. The curse was broken, and the moonlit garden was saved. Celine appeared once more, her wings shimmering with joy. "Thank you, Elara," she said. You have saved the garden and restored the moon's power. The magic will now be stronger than ever." Elara smiled, her heart filled with happiness. "It was the love I have for my garden that gave me the strength to face the darkness. I will always protect this place." And so, the moonlit garden continued to bloom under the light of the full moon, its beauty enchanting all who saw it. Elara became known as the guardian of the moonlit garden, and her story was told for generations. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.